The Grey Man does whatever a Grey Man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Hey, gonna do a video. I don't know if I'm going to do any more of these, but I'll see how this one goes, if it's worth it. Basically what I've been reading. So I've been catching up, I've been buying loads of comics, I've been reading loads as well. And yeah, I may do a couple of videos now actually, because I have read quite a few recently. So first off, the ones I just finished reading. Rima the Jungle Girl. Now this was nothing like what I expected it to be. All Joe Kubert front covers. And inside the art is Nestor Redondo. Really cool, beautiful looking art. I saw this. The reason I bought it is because I had one comic. Think of this comic here. I'd had this. I bought this at a jumble sale when I was a kid. I don't even remember it, but I knew it was in my collection. And so I thought, well, there's only a small run. Maybe I'll try and get the rest of them. It's Joe Kubert art, so on the covers. So you can't say, can't say no to that, can you? So I finally got. It was very hard picking them up in the wild. I think I only managed to pick up one more in the wild, and I ordered all these off of mycomicshop.com, expecting like a female Tarzan, like the DC version of Shana the She-Devil. But she's more like a mixture between Swamp Thing and Black Orchid. Not because she's got control over plants, but she's like one with the jungle. It's the Venezuelan jungle, I think. It's not like Africa. So there's jaguars and stuff like that. And it's just interesting. There's not an awful lot of conflict. The conflict shown on the covers is a lot more overstated than it actually is in the comics. There is some conflict, but like she's a mysterious woman of the jungle based on an old local legend. I think is it the daughter of the Didi or something like that. I think the Didi was some kind of like, I don't know, maybe the spirits of the trees or something like that, like the dryads and stuff that you got from Greek mythology. And yeah, so this guy called Cain, his name's Cain, I think. No, or is it Abel? I can't remember now. I think it might have been Abel. I can't remember. It's either Cain or Abel. And I think it was Abel. And he goes out to discover this jungle lady. And basically the animals are kind of like, they were at one with her, not in a way like Tarzan is, where he wrestles them into submission, but goes anything like that. She does do some singing actually. It's like some really beautiful singing, but she can do it. She can tame the alligators to sort of form a bridge across a river for her, that kind of thing. She can, the snakes and everything. She gets spiders to make webs for her. I think her costume is made out of spider web. So it's like she's like a force of nature, really, rather than a superhero. And she goes to find her history. That got a little bit vague, the origin actually. It didn't actually sort of give you. She went to find where her mother was born, where her mother was when she gave birth to her, before she died, rather. And yeah, it didn't sort of explain if she discovered her proper history. But I'm assuming there's some supernatural kind of thing going on there, because her mother was able to control the animals and nature around her as well. So anyway, that was this was quite an interesting story. This last one, again, is not quite what it looks like on the cover. She's not saying "run the she-bear knows you hurt her baby." Though, yeah, that did happen in the story. But he basically is a little psychopath, and he's just like gleefully killing as many animals as he can before he starts. I'll tell you the story. So, spoiler: he starts the fire in the jungle. He tries to start it on the river to kill some crocodiles, just because he's a psychopath. And then it spreads to the jungle, and they have to jump in the river to get away from the fire. And a crocodile gets him. It's kind of like Twilight Zone, kind of like sort of story, to be honest. In that kind of like, you reap what you sow kind of thing. You do evil and something's going to happen to you. And yeah, so crocodile gets him, and Rima says that she got nothing she can do about it. I don't know if there was anything she could do about it, or if she just thought, yeah, good riddance to the little bastard. I don't know, but it was a good story. Quite interesting. Nothing like what I expected it to be. It's only 7 issues. Lovely art inside, and yeah, it was just different. No sort of big fisticuffs. There was a few like hunters who were arseholes, a couple of tribal men who were enemies. But yeah, it was just interesting. It was all right. There was an occasional bit of violence from animals, of red in tooth and claw, you know, that kind of thing. Well, the next thing I just finished reading actually was the Secret Society of Supervillains. Now, I love the covers on these. They look cool. The idea, the concept of supervillains teaming up is pretty good. I think the execution could have been a tad better. It's got Captain Comet in it as well, who I really enjoy. I think they just brought him back in these stories. Because he'd been around in the 50s, and at the time none of the superheroes knew. That's why he's fighting Green Lantern there, because he doesn't recognise them, they don't recognise him. He's been out in space for 20 years, he's not aged a day, I don't think, and he's come back, and initially he falls in with the Society of Supervillains because he sees a couple of them being attacked by Green Lantern, and he thinks that Green Lantern's an oppressor, who's a bully. They fall him into sort of like, Darkseid gets involved as well. Darkseid, sort of like a secret backer for the Secret Society, but the head of the Secret Society is one of the Manhunter clones, but he's not really, he's getting them together because he wants to, I don't know, he was basically trying to fool them really, because he wanted to arrest them or I think he wanted to get to Darkseid. That was the whole point. He knew Darkseid was trying to back it, so I think that was his whole ploy, and he got Captain Comet in undercover as well when he realised that he was a hero, and Captain Comet used his psychic powers to know that they were all bad guys really. But yeah, and then he ends up, it's Captain Comet practically on his own going after the rest of the Secret Society of Supervillains. He does meet up with the JLA, and they realise that he's a hero from the past. He has a little team up with Hawkman at one point, a little team up maybe with Green Lantern, Black Canary helps out at one time. But the dynamic mainly is him trying to chase after Secret Society of Supervillains. The Secret Society of Supervillains going through different leaders as like one gets arrested or treachery or whatever. Like Lex Luthor comes in at some point. They're kind of like backstabby as well, quite a lot. In his alter ego, is it Adam Blake? I think it's Adam Blake. He ends up falling for Sapphire. Sapphire says? What's her name? Something Sapphire. Gosh. Star Sapphire, that's it. I've just seen it on the comic. Literally just read it. Forgotten her name. For some reason I was thinking Silver Sapphire, but I knew that wasn't right. Star Sapphire. Yeah, but it wasn't a bad read. He get knocked out every 5 minutes though. Seemed to be permanently outclassed with that amount of villains he was facing, and it was just like, why don't you just get the JLA to bloody give you a hand? But then they end up going to Earth 2 and Earth 3. He chases after them. He comes across the other, the Earth 3 supervillains. Was it Superwoman, Power Battery, I think it is, and Johnny Quick. So he ends up fighting them as well. Power Ring, the guy's called Power Ring. Finally gets to number 15, and it says continue to number 16, and there is no number 16. Completely and utterly missing. There isn't. One never came out. And it's like, so I'm assuming it must have got cancelled suddenly, same as that Rima, I think, got cancelled pretty suddenly as well, because it just finished on 7. It even says at the back here, next issue, the Wizard's War of the Worlds continues. The supervillains attack the freedom fighters with more supervillains and superheroes than ever in SSOSV number 16. On sale the 4th week of May. Never happened. Never came about. I wonder if this was part of that implosion. There was a DC explosion where loads of books came out in one go, and then a little while later I think they had a bit of an implosion where it was like, well, this isn't really working, people aren't buying the books, we're losing money, and they ended up having to stop a load of titles. I wonder if these two were victims of it. Not too sure what the years were. If the year of, I know Rima was sometime in the 70s. I can't bother opening it up now to have a look, but yeah, they were quite good reads anyway. I quite enjoyed reading those. You can get them not too expensive as well, I'm sure. You might be able to find them in your cheap bins. I know I couldn't get them here in the UK, but I know you've got a better selection in your cheap bins over in America. But in the UK, I had to end up buying them from eBay, from mycomicshop.com, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's it. That's a little look at those two titles. I'm not going to give them any marks because I can't be bothered to do marks. just I quite liked both of them. Rima, quite liked it because it was not what I expected, and it was kind of beautiful in a way, kind of nice. Nice, it's a nice comic. And Secret Star supervillain was just your typical overblown silliness. They'd split up and they'd have to get different. Like the old Justice League of America used to split the team up into different groups to go and do a different task each. The Secret Society supervillains had to do that a couple of times. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Sometimes, in some ways, I don't know if the fact that it was cut off before it was supposed to finish made it a little bit of a damp squib at the end, but I dare say that story was probably continued somewhere. But if anyone knows where it's continued, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, if you check out those comics, or you have checked out those comics before, let me know what you think of them. And yeah, if you enjoy this video, maybe I'll do some more. I've got a few other runs that I've been reading recently that I should maybe do some reaction videos to, because I'm trying not to buy any comics for a while, even though I've got a couple of more hauls that have just gone up recently. That's the last of them for a while, I swear it. Right, anyway, until next time, may all your news be good news.